So firstly, let's talk about Keele and the way that the LLM has been set up. So I suppose the first thing to say is that unlike the LPC, when we're dealing with the SQE exams, they are set by an external body, and they are set to take place, these exams, at set points during the year. Now, that means that the College of Legal Practice and Keele, we are constrained by those dates. So perhaps it's worth thinking about the fact that if we draw ourselves a timeline, there are certain points in this timeline that we can't change. So the first thing that's going to happen is there'll be a short induction in September at Keele, and that will make sure that everybody understands what the Masters is about, make sure that you've got your academic mentor, and we've got all of the housekeeping matters dealt with internally at Keele. But actually that won't take really very long. You'll be going straight into SQE1 prep, and that's going to be delivered by the College of Legal Practice. That's going to be taught from September to December. And the reason it's going to be taught then is because in January you have your SQE1 exam. So that 3-month period is going to be probably quite intense for you because we're leading up to this January exam. After that, from January to April, you'll have the opportunity to be taught at Keele. That's going to be in person, on campus teaching. That's going to be 60 credits worth of teaching. So again, you can see that that's going to be quite intense because all 60 credits will take place in that January to April window. Now, what you're going to be taught, there's an element of choice. So we've got 4 key pathways that we think that you'll be able to study. International law, that's going to be taught weekly. So lectures, seminars, independent reading, independent study, taking place on campus every week. Very similar probably to your experience at Keele so far, but January to April. The other 3 areas that we are looking at are employment law, social justice, and social care. Now, those are not weekly teaching plans, but rather block teaching. So coming onto campus for 3 days of intense teaching all day long. Now, exactly what will be taught is dependent upon staff availability, whether staff are on research leave and so on. But those are the taught modules that we're currently looking at. And you will be taught along with other students who are also taking those master's modules. So after that period of teaching, clearly you'll have an assessment. No time, however, to wipe your brow and think, great, I can have a holiday now. No, because then you have to go back to the College of Legal Practice to prepare for SQE2. Now, the SQE2 exam is in July. So the teaching for that, which is going to be online, is going to be April to July, that kind of period, so that you're ready for that July exam. So that's a really intense few months, really intense 9 months that you've got there. But you'll have done 120 credits in that time. After that, you will have your dissertation or your reflective portfolio or your project or your simulated skills assessment or whatever it is that we choose to do for your extended case study or project, which will be a further 60 credits. And we're anticipating that that's going to take you beyond September, which is why we're not advertising this as a 12-month course. And the reason for that is there is so much for you to cover. And we are bound by the date that are set for these external exams. So once you've finished your SQE2 prep, and then you have the SQE2 exam, I think that's probably a good time there for you to diarise a little bit of holiday before you then start your dissertation or extended study project, which is, of course, the final 60 credits for this master's